Hi guys, this is Michael from Seagod.
Oh, and this is Mateo from here.
And guess what happened today? What happened, Mateo?
We made it to the Mediterranean Sea. We've
We
gone from
officially saw the Mediterranean Sea. What is it? We went from, you were saying,
we went from the one sea to another,
yeah,
from the English Channel to
or the
the
Atlantic, we could even say, maybe.
yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, but to the Mediterranean. We were so happy when we saw it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it was wild because we kind of, we'll get to exactly how we saw it, but we kind of came up and it appeared out from behind the hill, and it was very nice. Anyway, so we did it. I think we can say we did it.
I think so. We only have
Like
12k left.
Yeah, to make it to the ferry, but we're actually more south. Like we have to go northeast to make it to the ferry from here. So I'd say we can say we did it.
We've done France.
Done France.
France, you're done.
You're done. Yeah. Like once ferry to ferry, it's properly official. But now,
Yeah,
I'd say we're done.
we're done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But anyway, where did we start today?
Where did we start?
Where did we
Today
start? I
we
don't
started in a
remember.
campsite,
Was it
as we usually do.
Paul Chateau?
No, we started Aix en Provence.
Oh yeah, Aix in Provence.
Yeah.
A beautiful little campsite. Actually very nice.
A very nice campsite. Very bougie.
Yeah, we were right
Had
by
a
like
river.
a little river.
Yeah.
And people were fishing. Some
Big,
guy caught
apparently, yeah, big carp.
a massive carp. He
Yeah,
put it back
yeah.
in. He's like, I don't like carp.
Yeah,
But apparently, I don't really get fishing in the river, because he's like, oh yeah,
Mm.
I'll catch it again later. But like, it can only stay within this 100-meter part of the river because of waterfalls. So it just keeps swimming along, and then you catch it again, and then you catch it again, and it's like,
yeah, I
I
don't get
don't know.
that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
sorry about the tangent, but I
I'm
prefer
I'm a
open
little
sea
more
fishing.
like functional. Like if
Yeah.
I catch it, I've caught it.
Yeah, but I'm like the thrill of the catch, you know?
Yeah,
Why
what's
he's
the
like-
thrill if you're just catching it over and over, right?
Yeah. So sorry.
Anyway,
river fishing.
not the
fans.
point.
I
Not the
don't
point.
get it.
We'll get back to it. So we started off in a campsite. We had to decide exactly what we were going to do today because we were a little on the fence as to what to do exactly. We were thinking about potentially going to Cassis near the Calanque, but then
Yeah.
honestly, I think we were just like, nah, let's just.
There was a
let's just
lovely
finish this
couple,
thing.
German couple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were trying to convince us to go to Cassis because they told us Toulon is not very nice.
Yeah.
And so they were like, go somewhere,
Nicer.
further away. So Cassis is very nice. They kept
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
Cassis.
they,
And
they,
he gave
they
me
told me
manuals.
so many times. So many
Yeah.
times they told me.
They gave me manual, like a real hard book,
Yeah, yeah.
proper book on like tourist guides for Cassis.
Mm,
So we didn't end up going to Cassis.
no, because we were just like, let's just finish this thing. Right now, we're, as I mentioned, 12K from the port, and that's where I want to be, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's literally just a little cycle in the afternoon, and that's it.
Yeah, we knew if we did a good job today, we could have a rest day tomorrow, the complete
Full
rest day.
rest day.
Considering, I don't think since we left Dunleary on a sail, well, maybe in Kilmarnock.
We had a rest day in Kilmarnock.
But like since we started the cycling,
We haven't had a single full rest day.
yeah, that's the joke. Like Mateo from here keeps changing.
Yeah.
It's just I don't even know the name of the towns most
Yeah.
of the time.
You have to remind him afterwards.
Here is just easier to say.
Yeah.
But the idea was, okay, we'll have a rest day the next day. But today we would have to do 70 something
1K in theory. It ended up being 73 because of a little detour, but
K, with a few climbs.
with two major climbs.
And consider the days before.
They
we've-
weren't particularly
We've
easy.
done 140 rushing.
Yesterday
to
was
the
140 rushed
That was it
with a
definitely-
bit of uphill and headwind the entire time.
It definitely elevated my blood pressure system.
Yeah, and then the day
Um,
before was also like 100 something.
15-ish.
Yeah, but that wasn't so bad.
And
That
then
115.
I think it was 66.
Then the days before weren't so
But
bad. We had a
thing
big
is-
hill though as well.
Our last rest day, like complete rest day, was 29k day, and it was a week beforehand.
Yeah.
Because like yesterday, we averaged a total of 104.
No, not yesterday. Last week.
Yeah.
We
but
averaged
because we
104.
did
Yeah,
yesterday
104 kilometers per day.
in the week. So
Yeah.
to say we were fresh would be
Not the word.
would be a lie.
Yeah. So we started off, and
Yeah.
I think we were just kind of all right. Let's warm up into this. I think you were a little dead.
I'm a guy who needs to warm up, just like yesterday.
It needs like
I
50k
need
just to warm
50k
up.
just to feel like, oh, now I can start pushing it up the hills.
Yeah.
No, where did we start? We started
In the campsite, and then we went to the boulangerie,
Yeah.
no, we went to the shop first,
Lidl.
early, got our little bits. Then we went to the boulangerie. All of this before any climb, so it was kind of normal enough
And
cycling,
for me,
nothing crazy.
considering the last few days we've had a hard time finding food, especially yesterday. Sorry, we're like we go 50k without food or water. The idea that we found a Lidl 8 minutes by and then a boulangerie like 10 minutes by, it was just like so relaxed.
So chill.
I felt my blood pressure.
Yeah, and this time we had 3 hours of leeway at the start of the day, which, you know, considering yesterday we had 30 minutes when we started thinking about it.
Yeah.
3 hours was a long time.
Yeah.
So anyway, we did that. Then we started our first climb. I think that's when it started getting more interesting. So that was the first climb, Mateo.
It's probably one of the steepest, longest climbs we had.
Yeah, it just kind of kept going. It
And
wasn't the steepest, but it was definitely, yeah, as you said, the steepest, longest.
I think also the fact that it was so warm. It was 12 o'clock in the day, and you had the sun
wet
right at you.
and salty.
Yeah,
Just-
I took off my helmet. Sorry, Mom, don't watch this. But I was so warm. I was like, oh, I can't.
Yeah,
So I
and the
took it
thing is,
off.
when it gets really warm, it feels like it's just squeezing your head as well. I don't know if you get that.
Yeah. No, I was just sweating too much, and we were
Yeah.
going up and up, and I was only in my like lowest gear, and I was still like, this is tough.
So today, speaking of gears, my gear stopped working. So I had to like hold it down to be in the second last gear, which is not the day, because of the amount of hills we had to do. Anyway, so we did that. It went smooth. It's just kind of, it went. It was tiring, but it went.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
alright. And then we stopped around 14k, I think.
That
was the climb
It was
at
at
the top.
a 14k. We got to the top, and we had our little croissant. I wasn't particularly hungry, so I actually didn't eat much.
I was I could eat.
Yeah.
I thought it was good that we ate.
No. It was really good that we ate, but I had my croissant, and that's it.
Yeah, bear in mind yesterday we had the biggest pizza I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. So I was probably full for last night.
Yeah, it could be. Very good. And Merguez, if you're ever in Aix de Provence, go to L'Escalier Pizza. Yeah, I remember everything.
Alright, I'm goddamn French person.
But yeah, so we had a croissant, a pain au chocolat, and I had. Did you end up eating it?
Not yet. I have to eat it. I'm
the
gonna eat it.
briochette. And briochette, like, it's my favorite pastry.
Yeah, brioche.
Brioche. So I was pretty happy to have that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And,
It looked pretty good. I was not hungry at all.
yeah, that's fine. We were only 12k in.
14. 14.
Oh, 14.
So then we head down, and I think the rest of that part was chill. We just kind of made our way down, you know, took our time, didn't rush it, kind of went down pretty good pace.
It was beautiful roads as well.
Very nice roads in the middle of mountains. We
yeah.
saw a few. I don't know what they're called. What are the plains called when they're on top of hills?
Don't know, but
In
guess
Italian,
so.
it's altipiano. I don't know what it is in English.
tall flatlands.
Tall flatlands. All
I
right.
have no idea.
All right.
but-
Fair enough. You know what I'm talking. I think you'll know
Insert
what I'm
picture
talking
here.
about. Yeah, insert picture here. Exactly. I'm definitely gonna remember to do that.
I have a picture, so I can send it to you.
Yeah. Anyway, then we started the next climb. Eventually, the next climb took a while to get there.
It was slow, like.
But it took a while to start.
It took a while to start, but it was also a very.
Well, no, there was.
easy initially.
Oh, initially, yeah. Initially, it was
It was
very
a
busy.
long, not that steep hill, like very small rise.
Well, no. For a bit, it was a bit more, right?
Eventually,
Yeah.
but at the beginning, it was.
I was
quite
very,
slow.
yeah. I get you.
And we were kind of winding up roads.
It kind of went like flat, slightly more incline, slightly more. It like slowly increased the incline, and then it slowly decreased the incline.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
yeah.
like whoa. If you know what I
And
mean.
also, once you start getting on these S roads,
Yeah.
it starts getting a bit steeper, and they were very small roads, so the cars were.
We saw
passing
some
right next
very
to
cool mountain biking tracks there, though.
it. Yeah. By the
Remember.
time we got up to this point, which we kind of took a few minutes to decide which way to go.
Yeah, well, so Google Maps told me to go up a very steep, rocky road, and no, Just wasn't
Today
happening.
I just wasn't up for any trail roads.
Yeah, Mateo's not up for trail roads, which is why the future will be funny.
I was just up for roads.
Yeah.
Get home. You know, with
Yeah.
what? 13 kilometers, 13,000 kilometers, 1,300 kilometers
Yep,
in.
1,300 kilometers more or less. Yeah.
I'm just happy to take the road and slowly get
call
there.
it a day. You have nothing to prove anymore, you know.
No, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we ended up
So that
going
was nice.
one way, and then it got really steep for
Yeah.
a particular point.
Yeah, which wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
And then we kept going. Then we felt some droplets of rain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think then that's when probably the most interesting part of the day started.
Yeah. Michael had this genius idea.
Of going
Because
off
Google
road.
Maps said, if we go off-road downhill, we would save 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We did not save 10 minutes.
No, we did not say
We went on this off-road, which like looking back, it was a lot of fun because it was a mountain biking trail.
I'm glad we did it.
But it was very rocky.
At the beginning, it was very rocky.
Yeah, at the beginning, but also during.
Yeah, then, well, it kind of, at the beginning was like rocks.
Yeah.
And then it kind of smoothed out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't a huge amount of rocks, but it was bigger rocks. So you're kind of like going over rocks, if that makes sense. Right?
Yeah, and you really feel
Yeah.
it's different mountain biking with panniers. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
You'd feel like
Bike.
boom
You
every
feel
time.
Boom, boom,
Every time this bicycle
boom,
dropped.
boom, boom, and eventually, boom.
Mateo got a flat.
I got a flat,
Ha.
and I was upset. That's my first flat of the trip. He's had
Yeah.
one already.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no.
And it started raining
It started raining
as
as
we
well,
got the flat.
and windy,
Hello.
and we
Hi.
hadn't eaten.
How do you do?
But yeah, I was just like, this is terrible. But you know, we fixed the flat, and then
We had our food at the 50k mark.
Yeah, and we had so Mike this time he watched me do the flat. Well, eventually you helped me, but he was eating food, relaxing.
At the beginning, I was like, this is what this feels like. I like this.
Yeah.
Nothing I like.
So he ended up making a sandwich for himself while I was fixing the tire, at least attempting.
Yeah.
Then I realized I don't even have all the tools to fix the tire.
Yeah, which you should be very happy I was there.
Exactly, because or else I wouldn't have got anywhere. But
Left on the side of like a mountain biking trail.
yeah. But anyway, eventually we fixed it. It was raining. The one piece of good news I would say is that we had this beautiful vista of where we had to go. Like I don't know if it's too long.
Well, because that's where we when we were going down that mountain biking trail. That's when the Mediterranean showed up.
it kind of opened up to us. And
Yeah.
we saw a beautiful coastline, which
Yeah,
is
we were a little like, wow, we actually made it.
yeah,
Not quite fully yet, but a little like, oh, this is the Mediterranean.
it looked like Sardinia very much.
Yeah,
That's
very
all.
similar. Very
The
similar.
smells were the same. The plants and just the coastline.
Yeah,
Looks very similar to back home.
agreed.
So we're like, oh, we made it. We're almost home now.
Yeah, but we still had like 40 minutes worth of mountain biking trails to do.
And at
Which
this
is fun.
point, I guess the ETA must have started ticking up.
Yeah,
I was
because
eating.
eating, fixing
Fixing
flats,
tires.
etc. The ETA started because this place closes early. It closes at like 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
and so it started going 17:30, 17:31. Made its way up to 17:46, and I was like, no, not
Yeah,
again.
you don't want a high blood pressure day.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, Matthew, let's just get
Yeah.
going, finish out these kilometers.
Yeah.
Because then we wouldn't have to rush it too much. So we didn't rush it too much after that point, but
No.
we definitely went. You know what I mean?
But chill. We kind of as soon as we were able to get off this mountain biking trail,
Mm-hmm.
slowly-
Dude, the road afterwards was so cool. It was
Yeah.
steep, and the roads were just a little dangerous
Yeah.
because there was like a little rocks and like turns,
Yeah.
but in a way where going fast was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was a beautiful winding downhill road.
And it was weird because you didn't feel like you were going that fast, but you were like just.
Nah, you were going fast, and I really let the brakes go.
Mm-mm.
So it was nice, and one of my favorite parts actually of the trip entirely was we came down off the downhill onto this flat land, and we had vineyards
Oh yeah.
on both sides, and then there was this kind of like mountain with like a nice town on top of it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
with the
"This is-
church at the very top.
This
yeah,
is the this is what I imagined France to be like.
yeah, and it was only for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes, but you know, it was like, wow, this is a beautiful place.
Yeah,
But
that's what we expected France to be like, but just everywhere, you know.
everywhere, just the last stretch.
Yeah.
Our preconditions or pre-mindsets of what France was like
Clearly a
changed.
little wrong, you know.
Have changed, yeah. But we kept motoring along. It was pretty flat.
Yeah, it just kind of went along.
Got a few
Nothing crazy.
beeps. There was a lot of cars.
Yeah,
then.
some woman beeped at you.
I may have got it wrong. No, because
I saw what happened. You were going, right? And she was.
Yeah, but who had?
You were fine because you were already in. So there was like this area where only one car could pass at a time, and he was in that area. A woman came up to it and beeped at him to get out of the way, and it was like, no, he absolutely has priority.
Maybe they of coming from that way had priority.
But you were in it. So at the point you were in it, when you were in it, you had priority of the people that weren't in it, right?
Yeah. Anyway, it started getting a lot of.
Yeah, there were a few rude people, honestly, in cars.
There's a lot of cars and a lot of winding roads. I think I saw you. Oh no, that was later on. Loads of cars anyway on the road.
I know what you're referring to.
And we kept going, but I think eventually we got to the town, right?
Yeah.
I don't know which town it is.
Eventually we got to some town, and then we came in, and I said, Matteo, guess what?
Yeah.
And right around the corner, we were on the beach.
Maybe like 50 meters from us was the Mediterranean
Dude,
Sea.
it was closer. It was like literally at one point we were on a bridge and we were over the Mediterranean Sea.
It's crazy.
So we were at that point it hit. It was like, oh my god.
And we were like, damn,
we've done
we've
it.
come all the way from, and we spent so much time inland in the last 2 weeks, which we're not really inland people too much.
Well, we're not used to it anyway.
Yeah, we're used to being by the sea, so to see it and be your home
That said,
sea,
so much wind.
Yeah,
so
that's
much
when the
wind.
wind came. I don't think you were too happy about that.
No, because that's carry you to the end.
You just put yourself in front. I'll take it.
You're allowed to
If I can-
take the.
If I can take the draft, I will. You know.
Yeah, but you're allowed to give the draft too. You know.
That's true. But there were so many cars. It was so tight.
Yeah. Stop.
It was this road.
It's
little,
okay. I carried you.
Little,
It's not a problem.
little
It's not a
Mediterranean
problem.
road.
I carried you.
With cars and
Yeah,
I think I
blame the
moved even
size
out
of
of
it.
the way once onto the path for a truck to pass by. It was so small, and it was all uphill.
Yeah, all of it, all of it.
All uphill, and
So it's uphill into the wind, and then you're like, no, I'm not gonna give him the draft ever.
Yeah, I know. But well, I couldn't skip you. If I skipped you, cars would kill me.
All right, actually, speaking of, this is the point where some woman beeped at me when I was doing absolutely nothing. I gave her a thumbs up. Because what else do you do? Some guy looks at me. He's like, "Next time you should wave." And then the guy passing was like, "Next time you should wave." And then the woman got all looked at me like, "Oh, who is this rude guy?" And I'm like, "I'm doing absolutely nothing. You're the one who's getting mad because there's cyclists on the road."
Yeah, I don't know. We were pretty knackered by that point. But
Yeah.
We finally made it up the hill with all these some friendly, some not so friendly French drivers.
Yeah. And then we kind of
we got into a
made our way
marina eventually.
Yeah, there was a marina. We went through a nice little town. Yeah, proper Mediterranean. You can see it's Mediterranean there.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just looks exactly.
It's
same.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went up, and then we went up the road, I think, through the town, and finally, eventually, we got to the campsite at 6:46. Was it? No, sorry, 5:46.
5:46.
5:46.
And at 5:46, I think we could officially say we finished France.
Yeah, and I think at that point we were, all the pressure systems.
Yeah,
They just released. We were like, And
so we got a volleyball because there's a volleyball court here. We actually stopped in a pretty bougie campsite. There's like volleyball court, tennis court, what else? Swimming pool, pétanque, what else? Loads of stuff.
Yeah, it's the nicest campsite we've stayed in so far.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I personally preferred campsites that were a little more nature.
Yeah.
But facilities wise, this place is crazy.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. And I plan to go to the beach as well tomorrow. Knowing that tomorrow we have a rest day, so we're staying here 2 nights, which is the first time we're doing it at a campsite.
Yeah.
It's just so nice to be able to just relax.
I even took my stuff out slowly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're just like decompressing.
Yeah.
And enjoying the fact that we're gonna relax tomorrow. Hopefully we won't relax too much, where our muscles will just harden.
Yeah, because we do have Sardinia to do still.
Yeah.
Right.
We've done France. France, you're done.
You're done.
But Sardinia, you're next.
Here we come, ready to destroy.
Sardinia's
Going
gonna-
from north to south Sardinia as well.
Yeah.
But it should be relatively fun. It's only like 240, 250 kilometers, and we're gonna take our time with it as well.
Probably stay in a nice agriturismo.
I think we're gonna take like 3-4 days in total, so it should be good.
Should be good.
Anyway, that's it from us from France. Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah, you'll probably see us on the ferry, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see us on the ferry. I'll have a video out tomorrow as well, because you know, video day keeps the doctor away. But yeah, that's it. We've done France. How do you feel?
Awesome. That's great. I might get emotional after the video.
All right, fair enough. Do it in your tent. All right, see you guys.